Hello. There you go. I think you guys should have audio now. I have to do some weird stuff with DS to make the audio come through properly. So, hey Alex, how's it going? I'm gonna have me the Milky. It's that little girl that does the what's it called face. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Milky Japanese. Nah. I just want a picture. I don't want to be put on a store page. Here we go. Folder. I feel like image adding stuff got really weird recently with OBS. It feels like it changed. I could be wrong, but I feel like I have to do like a bunch of weird stuff to get images loaded now. Milky. This thing. Oh god, it's huge. Hey Mr. T, how's it going? I never had one before, but I definitely recognize this face. Actually, you know what? Alright, Milky. Milky. Milky? Milky? Milky. Oh. I don't know. It's so, now you can't even really see it, though. Let's try something like this. I mean, going behind me is not going to work. I'm too big. Ben Boy is too big for this. How about this? I still don't think it's any better. Okay, well, we'll just make her go over here. Thank you, Milky, for supporting this stream with your candy. It's like a, I don't know. It kind of tastes like a cream taffy, almost. Creamy taffy. I mean, they are milky. So, there we go. Wonderful. Yeah, there's also like different colors on the wrappers, but I don't know if that means any different flavors or anything like that. So, hi. It's the first stream of the year. I'll get big again. So here we are. Playing video games. Playing Chocobo Tales. Kind of a last minute decision, but I just, last week was like, this feels right. And they wanted to play this for a long time. Ever since it came out, I've been wanting to play Chocobo Tales, but I never got around to it. And I bought it, when did I buy it? It was fairly recently. I'm gonna guess it probably was in like one of the pickup videos I did. I seem to recall playing a little bit of it and recording it at some point. So, yeah, and I just always thought it looked cute, and it thought like a fun little like short RPGs. Short RPGs are always something like I'm all for all the time. So we're going to touch the Chocobo. I want the Wii U stylus. I actually don't like the this is an original 3DS and has a stereo optic stylus, and I do not like it. Let me get a Wii U stylus. I'm not sure how stylus intense this game is, but it has a lot of mini games, so I assume stylus will be something that is a part of this. So, touch the Chocobo. Oh, did I not touch the Chocobo enough? I can make him look around. You guys can see where I'm touching on the screen. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, apparently I didn't save the game last time if I played it. All right, just the usual. Unless they block me, Square Enix likes to block my name. They're like, your name is too filthy. Okay, I don't know. Oh, they're cute little sprites. I don't know what the Wi-Fi, I don't know what the Wi-Fi, support for this game is. I'm curious, is, like, what is that thing called again? Wii ban Nintendo servers. there a compatibility list to that? Well, I know there's a compatibility list, but can I actually find it is the question. I feel like I always have a really hard time finding it for some reason. Take me to this website, please. All right, here we go. Chocobo. It is listed under testing, so yeah, it might not actually work. I don't actually know how to even connect to the servers for the DS though, so I should figure it out at some point probably. So, all right. Surround or stereo? I assume just stereo, just because I don't know how things work. How's this gonna look when I'm playing this? By the way, be like here. Send. I assume this is a Wi-Fi mode thing. Send micro games. Okay. Download pop-up card. Multiplayer, local wireless. I've been thinking about local wireless a lot recently in playing Summerbringer. And like, I don't remember local wireless being like a huge thing here in the US really, but so many games included around this time on the DS and portable platforms in general. You know, you have the whole thing in Japan with Monster Hunter and stuff like that. I was curious if like Europe had a different experience with local wireless than we did, given like how much closer things are to like move around. Shirma! Oh, that's not what she's saying. That is her name. Confirmed. The story time, everyone. Wake up. Oh, my Chocobo's named my name. Chocobo of Legend. Book of Doom. He was playing entirely with the DS stylus. Alright, glad I went and got that Wii U stylus then. I feel like it's been a long time since I played a DS, like, stylus-only game for the DS. Not Sleepyhead. Okay. There's actually apparently a sequel for this game in Japan that never got localized. If I knew about it, I completely forgot about it. Shirma's stories are so much better than studying. Alright, let's just go talk to Shirma. Shirma. I found the perfect book to read, everybody, today. It's called The Adventures in the Cactar. Once upon a time, there lived a cactus-like monster called cactars, and... Hold that thought, Shirma. Hey, everybody. Cactars are probably my favorite Final Fantasy enemies. If I can get a cactar in my group, I will do it. I did not read that. Feast your eyes on something. Silly Chroma, you and your picture books. Oh, you know what? I think Chroma's the lady in the Chocobo GP. Does not look like this. Maybe because it looks too close to Vivi. What do you think? Ever seen something so sensational? Look, has an eye. Yes, indeed. I definitely have an eye for these things. The sale of the Desert Bazaar, and I had to have it the moment I saw it. Just feel that leather binding. Very like kids book writing, but I mean it's to be expected from Chocobo Tales, I think. So, did that book just move? For sure, we're all going to be moved by this exciting epic. Anyways, let's get this show on the road and start reading. Hey, it won't open. There seems to be some kind of lock on the back. How do you get this open? Can somebody help me out? Am I gonna Chocobo it? Yeah, I'm good at this stuff. Let me Chocobo it. What? Am I gonna like step on it? Oh, okay. The screenshot on the top of the screen is like, what? So odd looking. Oh, is he giving me hints? Is that what that's happening? I was so like distracted by like the weirdly like staring and like they're not animating really. They're just kind of blinking. I think that's what's weird about it, is that they're not like bouncing around at all. They're just like frozen. Okay. My favorite puzzles in video games, sliding block puzzles. Blue Legend of Water had more of these than I'd like to admit. Or not admit, like than I would like in video games, so. It kind of looks like a reaction image, yeah. Alright, something like that, and something like that. Okay, I can slide blocks. It opened, nice work. Now let's get started. Welcome to the world of darkness. I am Bebuzu? Am Magical Tome of Darkness. The seal binding me has been undone at last. Holy haberdashery? Is that what that says? What is your name doing in this old book? Don't stop there. What's it say next? Let me see. I lost my place. I am the Herald of Oblivion. Chroma, close that book. Don't read another word. Behold the true splendor of Dark Master Bazuzu, or whatever it was. Paid good money for this book. Who wrote this cheesy tripe? Rough. Oh, okay, it's a dog, apparently. Are there eyes on that? Oh, no, there is a giant eye on top. It kind of looks like from afar, it looked like there were two small eyes on it. Look, it's alive, but how is that true splendor? Didn't it say Dark Master? Looks like some kind of slobbery dog. Curses, how bow wow strange. It must be the crystals. But this body is more than enough to seal all of you. Now excuse me while I help myself to your souls. Wahahaha. There we go. In we go. His name's just Chubby. His mom was just like, you will be fat. Chubby Chocobo. You just posted cringe, yeah. Confound it all. Oh, old man Chocobo. All these Chocobo have like very distinct features in a way that I don't know if I've ever seen Chocobos have distinct features like that before. Nope. That was a mouthful. I guess they do taste like chicken. Until the woman with the blood of darkness arrives, I'm gonna book it for now. Goodbye. Oh, for some reason I thought this game starts with you being in the book. Where'd everyone go? This one's too buttery. Bleh. Oh, maybe we find a card. Okay. That's right. This is like a card battle, if I recall correctly, so. Give me the card. Oh, Chubby. Welcome back. I'm finally out. That was scarier than the time we ran out of pretzels. Chubby, what happened? Bebuzu sealed me inside that Chocobo card. He needed some rest. I'll take him inside. Or he needs some rest. I'll take him inside. Chubby said that he was sealed inside a Chocobo card. The same thing must have happened to the others. We've got to rescue them. Alright. Hey, Alvy. How's it going? You've not missed much. All the Chocobo were eaten by a book. So, here we are. In the land of Chocotown. Hey, Sherma. Sherma, talk to me. You're on a way to rescue everyone. Now, I'm curious. Does this game... This game lies. It said, this game is played entirely with the stylus, but you can use the D-pad. I am currently moving with the D-pad. And you can use the buttons to do menu stuff as well. So I will play as requested using the stylus, but jailbird. Mr. Vold arrives. You know, one thing I was looking into this week as well, speaking of like weird Square Enix kind of side game things for Final Fantasy. Somebody was asking me about like what happens in the Final Fantasy 13 universe, and like I had to kind of remind myself I attained Bahamut, Airstrike, pop-up card, rarity 1 star. And I was trying to think about Saz from Final Fantasy 13 and like what his role was in Final Fantasy 13 too. And I was like, I don't remember exactly how Saz ends up, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but how he ends up at where he ends up at the game. Munch on these greens. I'll munch on these greens. And you have a flash of insight. Drop by the farmhouse. Is that where I just was, or is this the farmhouse? This looks like the farmhouse. It doesn't tell me. But I completely forgot that, like, one of the DLC chapters for Final Fantasy 13-2 was a gambling minigame thing. And I think at the time I probably would have been, like, really like, oh, that's dumb. But I think now that's, like, kind of fun, because it is actually a part of the story and everything. So part of me wants to go back and get that downloadable content and check that out. It's only like an hour long. It's another Chocobo card. Admittedly, I think, like, Resident Evil 7 had, like, a gambling DLC as well, which was, I think people generally liked it. Hey, Six Briel, how's it going? Yeah, I think Han made this as well. Yeah, that sounds right. Can I check this mailbox? Yeah, welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's like, I talk about this a lot, I feel like DS is, like, really interesting in that, like, people kind of figured out how to model 3D characters really well. And so DS 3D character models look really dang good, but it's just more of a resolution thing over everything else. So, like, you can see, like, the Idolmaster games and stuff on DS and how, like, the character models in that game are really nice, but it gets just kind of fudged up under the resolution, unfortunately. So that's the one I was just reading, the Adamant Toys and the Cactar. I thought it was absorbed by Babezi. Why is it here? Look out. That book is... Wow. There we go. Keep in. Yeah, I mostly know Han from Active Life Explorers is the game that I first kind of thought about them, so, or really recognized their name. Because Active Life Explorers is, like, a really fun game. I can hear you, yes. Maybe I should have said no and saw what was said, so I hope you're ready for this. It looks like you're going inside the picture book. All right. How are we going to get you out of here? Out of there? Touch the screen anywhere, then slide upwards. Scroll the screen up or down by touching the touchscreen and sliding the desired direction. Prologue. Once upon a time, oh my gosh, how much reading am I gonna have to do? Once upon a time, I mean, admittedly, I picked like a RPG that's like kids themed, so what did I expect? Once upon a time, there lived cactus-like monsters called cactars and tortoise-like monsters called adamantoids. One day, a herd of adamantoids stopped at a clean spring to quench their parched throats. A cactar came by who was quite thirsty as well. He lined up behind the adamantoids. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but soon grew impatient. Speed up the guzzling, girls and boys. No time to wait for adamantoids. One of the adamantoids replied, we're just taking our time, friend. The water tastes much sweeter when you drink at a moderate pace. The cactar did not like the sound of that. Not one little bit. Moderate pace? What a disgrace. Speed is key, can't you see? Slow and steady wins the race is our policy, replied an adamantoid. Slow and steady? What a laugh. My blinding speed tears up the path. So up that mountain to the summit, we'll race until I've clearly won it. To better the mood, the losers should give the winner their favorite food. We accept your proposal, little friend. And so the race began, between the speedy little cactar and the slow but steady adamantoids. I could see that. There's definitely like a different charm out of like DS specifically, because DS, because of the technical limitations, I think developers had to kind of like adapt a lot more, where I feel like 3DS you kind of get games that look more like maybe traditional console games to some extent. Like, am I wrong in that? I don't know. I feel like you just had to, like, everything's kind of like smaller, chibier and stuff like that in DS games usually, so. Oh wait, is this just doing the story again? Whoops, I didn't want to do that. No, do not read. This reminds me of, the, what's it called? The Playdate, and like how some of those games have like the cranks to go through the story a little bit, so. I haven't played the new The World Ends With You. I don't know if I ever will, honestly. I kind of like The World Ends With You on the DS for a particular reason, and I don't know if, from what I played of the demo, there's anything in that game that made me like go like, oh yes. There's some very minor things, but like I don't think it ever like excited me to check out that game. Okay, lead the Adamtoise to the top of the mountain, master the slopes, and improve your record. Rotate the Adamtoise on the touchscreen to control its direction. Lift the stylus to send its shell, to send it into its shell, making it pervious to damage. Lead the Adamtoise to the top of the mountain. Okay. So he's just like moving on his own? Alright. Okay, so like hold to control. And then let go? Okay, let go for that. Okay. I'm stuck. Go this way. Ah! At least I fell forward. Alright. Sleeping. That was rough, but we got there, so. Yeah, that might be it. But I mean, like, I feel like there's the libraries of the DS and the 3DS and all those platforms so deep. You'll find games that, you know, work well with the portable limitations and things like that to some degree, I think. But yeah, I think in general, like, DS games just look really neat. And I really like seeing them rendered in like 1080p as well. You know, I'm not somebody. I'm absolutely sure there's value to it. It's the same way that people like talk about the blur of like a CRT, right, and scan lines and how that affects a CRT image. But I've never been somebody who is like, oh, I need to preserve the resolution of this video game. Which maybe, you know, if I wasn't such a real hardware snob, then you know, I would maybe dip into more often. There was a brief period of time when we had the Wii U as our main platform for DS games that sometimes I'd crank up the resolution because there's like an actual setting to increase the render scale on Wii U if you're using a modified Wii U to play DS games. But it would cause a lot of problems. So most of the time you couldn't do it reliably. So Berkeley Pride. Okay, and so the race began. The contender sped away from the starting line. The Cactar had put a lot of distance between himself and the Adamtoises, but unfortunately for him, his mind wasn't quite as sharp as his prickly spines. There's no way I can lose. It's time to snooze. With that, the little fellow settled down for a nap, and in the middle of the race, no less. At the same time, the Adamtoises were moving up the mountain, slow and steady, and at their very own pace. A short while later, the Cactar awoke to quite a shock. He peered up the rocky path and saw the Adamtoise already at the top of the mountain, holding a post-race debate. This can't be right. Alas, alack? Restart the race. Yes, take it back. Now, little friend, don't forget, speed is key. You said it yourself. With his own words turned against him, the Cactar blew his tiny top. He showered the Adamtoises with a burst of prickly spines. Oh, I didn't realize that it's like animated on the top of the screen there. Luckily for them, their hard shells protected their delicate skin, and it didn't hurt. Not even one little bit. How sweet. I'm curious if all these are basically just based off, you know, like kind of standard kids storybook things, but with like Final Fantasy monsters instead. All right. You're back in one piece. I was watching you from here the whole time. That was quite the performance, too. Oh, did you see that? A Cactar came by and popped that balloon. He was shooting needles inside the book, too. There's got to be a connection between the two events. I think I rhymed earlier because my brain was still in storybook mode. and not thinking, like, it was like, Sherma's gonna rhyme, too. Hey, Pinky, I don't remember your name. Pinky the Chocobo. I'm free, thanks. It was so dark and stuffy in there, and it had a particular odor of gym socks to boot. Gazzy, are you okay? Are you hurt? Gazzy? That's the name. Sherma, I missed you so much. I know, I was watching him. It was cheering him on, too. Gazzy, you should get some rest. Good idea. I feel flattened after being in that card. It's like the item choice from the Cactar became a magical picture book. Could it have anything to do with Bebuzu absorbing it? Hamtaro. Wizard of Oz Beyond the Epic Road I have played. That is a really nice looking game. Whippin'. Well, you're certainly smarter than you look, you dear. I don't know if I've ever seen a DS Hamtaro game in my life. Everyone always praises the Game Boy Color one that like Tosei made, and I think was published by Nintendo. So yeah. I'll have to look at that. I have not played Field of Magic or Rub Rabbits though, unfortunately. Hey, who's that? Chibi Robo! Chibi Robo to me more or less just looks like Chibi Robo, so I didn't think too much of it, I think, at the time. But I do like Park Patrol. I think Park Patrol is a really cool game. So, or is it GBA? Is that the one I'm thinking of, Mr. T? I can't remember off the top of my head. How kind of you to ask. You can call me Irma. You two are Sherma and me, my name, that I will not say on stream. The Square Enix has banned me from doing so. I'll give you one chance to cease your meddling. But we're just trying to rescue our friends who were captured. And that's called meddling, you pink hair putz. But come forth, my loyal jailbird, and do my bidding. Okay, there was a Game Boy Color game. Okay. Wee! My lovely jailbird and your stupid pet Chocobo. Let us judge which is superior by racing them inside the picture book. Alright, back into Turtle Zone. Oh, okay. That sounds like something I would like to look at, assuming it's not, like, really expensive. I don't know if I'd, like, ever go out of my way to, like, you know, load up an ISO or a ROM of it, but if I just found it for, like, $5 or something like that, I'd probably get it. Battle mode. Go to the top mountain, rotate, same thing, okay. Ham Heartbreak? Yeah, I mostly only watched the cartoon growing up, so. Oh. Can we bump into each other? You just kind of like rubbed my butt there real quick, so. Kind of, I think, go around this. Oh, no! Nice. Okay. Alright. I was like 5 seconds better than last time. I might want to play more kids games this year. I just got done with the cinnamon roll game or whatever on GBA. Or not GBA. Yeah, GBA. That was really good. Had a great time with that. A lot better than I expected, and like it's very like speed run friendly game, I think, in a lot of ways. Emerald will be offering that jailbird parole anytime soon. Alright, goodbye. That sounds fun. Yeah, I think I probably would enjoy that. I don't look at GBA games very often, I will say. I probably should more often. I always kind of find them hard to like just like shop off a shelf for, because it's usually just the cartridge, right? And they're so small that you kind of just see the logo and that's it. So even like compared to like Game Boy games, at least Game Boy games, you typically have like a cover art on there that's like a fairly large sometimes, but GBA games in particular, I always feel like, and like DS cartridges as well, like those things are just, looking at them individually is just hard for me to like, hard to catch my eye most of the time, so. Okay. Yeah, that seems maybe a little higher than I would just jump into immediately. I wouldn't say I wouldn't do it, but it wouldn't just be like a, oh, I'm just gonna grab it kind of thing. So maybe that one's not gonna end up on my plate, but you bringing it to my attention at least makes it more likely that I'm going to. So, wow, that's a pretty crazy story. Who's Irma? Or who's this Irma think she is? No idea, but I'll never forget that icy stare. Inside, I could see someone cruel, distant, and lonely. I don't know how, like, unique these characters are between each game, because I've only ever played Chocobo GP, so, like, I know all these characters from Chocobo GP, but, like, I don't know if Irma's like an ongoing villain for this series and it just kind of refreshes each story, you know, with each release. Because I know there's like 4 or 5 Chocobo games, Mystery Dungeon and another Chocobo Tales game, things like that. So, remember when Babe Buzu said something about a woman with the blood of darkness? Do you think he meant that Irma chick? You might be onto something. She certainly doesn't seem happy about us trying to rescue our friends. I don't know why. Just started pushing it towards accent. What's she up to anyways? We can't let her guard down. I'm gonna see what I can find about that picture book. Goodbye. Chubby. The inside of that chocolate card was so cold and scary. Wait, what did he say about tacos? Oh, just the thought of my tummy. It makes my tummy tickle for tacos. All right. Indy, Moggy, Yellowrow, Joe, and Sweeney. All of them are trapped inside the chocolate cards. You gotta rescue them. And who are you again? Chroma. Well, if only I hadn't bought that dumb book. Chroma has like a black chocobo, I think, in the Chocobo GP as well. Hey, Oscar, how's it going? Yes, chocobo time. We're here. I mixed, I know Year of the Bunny is for 2023, so I mixed chickens and bunnies for Chocobo. So my feed has maybe been a little intense with you know, bunny fan art, bunny suit fan art. So, but you know, Year of the Bunny or something. I don't know. Which usually I feel like that's like a Chinese New Year's thing, and I usually see that stuff around there rather than just like the New Year's in its entirety. But I guess maybe it's like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, I don't know if like Japan has its own like New Year's animal thing that I'm just not aware of, or am aware of, and just my brain just mixed them together and like never asked the question of like, are these different? One of Sid's crazy inventions. Self-destruct is written beneath a large shiny button. It tells you pressing it may be particularly unwise. Like how I basically call like every single like old Japan looking video game feudal Japan with having no idea if it's actually feudal Japan, but just like, it looks about right. Chinese New Year, yeah, it looks about right. Is this my bed? Or is... He just gets on whatever bed he wants, apparently. So I think that's like Sherma's room upstairs, right? I guess if you're like a cat, though, if like you don't care. I had a rainbow cat the other day where I was sleeping in my bed and the cat sprawled out over my back and was just like laying down. I couldn't tell. I was like half asleep, but I think he was like upside down, so he was like, you know, his whole belly was like exposed upwards, and he was like just flipped over, and he was just like rubbing his head on my face or whatever, or on my arm or something like that. I don't remember. I was like half asleep, so, but I do remember. Hey, Sharma. Oh, quick, new orders from Miss Irma. Don't let me find out that there's still secrets to unlock in this book here. Got it? All right, same dialogue. You can't examine the book as long as these jailbirds are in the way. Even the orders keep guard. All right, where am I going? Just exploring, I guess. Oh, okay. Is that when you... Is the pig the red pig thing that has multiple heads sometimes? Because when I was in Japan, like, I was with the Scum of the Brave Arthur there, and she was really excited to get these, like, little pig toys from the gacha or whatever. And I've seen them before, but I just, like, I had no idea what they were and why she was getting them, so... But she was very excited. Oh. New card on the floor. Mist Dragon. Do I need to do... Well, I guess it would give me a tutorial probably if I didn't do anything. I know eventually we're going to fight with these cards, so... Can I go in here? I can vibrate him at the door. It kind of looks like he's headbutting the door. Get open. Okay, entirely different thing. Okay. Another jailbird. Water is delectable. Hurry up and give your jailbird gear on. Don't make me report you to Miss Irma. I will take a swig of water. see what's happening at Mount Magma. I even know where Mount Magma is? I don't think so. One game I probably will actually get the ROM for is Magician's Quest. That's a game I've been wanting to play for a long time, and it's way too expensive, so at some point I just need to, like, the next time I'm, like, loading something onto this DS flash cart, not this one, actually, I'm not using it, it's over here. Crimes are happening on stream right now, look at it, oh my gosh. Put it in there. I'm playing Summerbringer's fan translation on it, but I actually have a copy of Summerbringer. I don't know if there's any DS games that I've downloaded yet that I don't own at the moment, but wait, Miss Irma, hold on, hold on, Greeby. Come on, guys, don't leave me all alone back here. I have tried Love Plus. The unfortunate thing with Love Plus is it takes a long-term commitment for you to do, like, I feel like to play that game in the way it was probably intended to be played. Obviously, you can do the fast forward mode or whatever, and I probably should, but, like, I tried playing it for like a month, and especially at the time, because I was still working like an office job. Like, it was hard to find time to, you know, do things with my virtual high school girlfriend, you know, while I was at work. And then or wait till I get home even. So how many cards and monsters I have? You gonna tutorial me? Alright. It's just like they're not okay. Like, they're not ordinary cards. Thank you. Bookmobile, but all 16 of his books were absorbed by Beelzebub. Oh, is that Mount Magma? Okay. Each book causes 3 miracles. Okay. I like when you're, like, against a wall and you can't do it, like, move anymore. You just, like, smack your face into it if you, like, tap. Oh. Yeah, I probably should go back to it, but it's hard to stay committed. And it's kind of unfortunate that the only version that was translated was, like, the original version, despite there being, like, better versions. But, you know, I'm not gonna complain. Somebody took the time to translate it, right? So good on them, and thanks to them as well. So, but yeah, I've unfortunately never got around to playing what would feel substantial. I got through the initial dating segment with both Manaka and what's her name? The motherly type. I can't remember her name. I got those two. Marvelous. That's putting your gizzards into it. Now let's skedaddle. Door locked. You need an item to read the secrets. What was it called again? That's right, the magical magnifying glass. The game won't budge an inch for you in those stubby little chocobo legs. No trick was allowed. Okay. Well, what is this thing over here? Like, I feel like I keep seeing yeah, there's a card up there. I don't know how to get it though. Maybe I cannot get it right now. Oh, cutscene. Big trouble with capital B. I would assume it can. I think with enough effort, probably anything is possible in that situation. But it would take the time to do it, and it would be hard. And, like, how much value do you get out of that, right? So, not that I'm going to sit here and, like, say definitively, but most of the time, very few things can't be done. But, you know, actually getting there to the point that you could do it is a whole other thing. And, like, pulling apart a DS game is, like, a whole other thing, right? It's a difficult process. Please save. I did not read any of that text. Big Trouble. That's the only part I read. And we're already in chapter 2. I geek, I oh. Chubby, hang in there. You're gonna be okay. Must be the curse of Beelzebub. So hungry. Hungry, you big lug. Thought we were dying, but you just wanted to stuff that oversized beak. Oh, the gluttonous irony of it all. Meat, juicy meat. Ooh, give me succulent, drippling, savory. Dripping? Drippling. It's a drippling for some reason. Savory meat. He must be delirious. Meat like that isn't easy to find around here. Wait a minute, how about we use the picture book again? Well, it sounds like it's worth a try. Hop to it and hop into that book ASAP. Something's bound to happen inside those magical bindings. Okay. I don't know where further book... Oh, maybe it's just back into the book that we've already gotten into. Yeah, I remember there's like 3DS translation, and I thought it was a complete one, but apparently it was in kind of rough shape. Maybe was machine translated as well, possibly. I don't know for sure. So I'm glad that got done. I gotta get it figured out. I gotta figure out like hacking my PS3 and stuff like that to play that, because I've always wanted to play the PS3 version anyway. So it seems like that's where I should go. So maybe I just need to play the mini game again, or is it? All right, we'll try it. See if this does anything for us. Try to just get a good time, maybe. Let me around. Let me around. And then there's this one that I almost get hit by every time. I was about the same as last time, so. Yeah, I really like to look at this game a lot. It takes place partly in a storybook and partly out of a storybook, so. I think the servers are still online for EX Troopers, right? So if you want to play it multiplayer, you can do that too. Within 30 seconds. Was that enough to get me meat? Okay, gotta add him into his card at least. Oh, bonus for not taking damage. Okay. Miraculous shell. Did that do me any good? I guess maybe we can also do the battle mode? There is like an exclamation point. Maybe there's more story, because isn't there like multiple chapters? No. Yeah, there's like 3 epilogues there. Alright, we'll do a battle, and then if that doesn't do us any good, then we'll just go look elsewhere, I guess. I said level 2 on it, I think. There are 4 turtles. Alright. Don't push me. Stop pushing me. Wait, does he have a swipe? Oh my gosh. Don't attack me. Alright. Okay. Up. Up. Alright, there we go. Surprised, like, that felt really rough. Yeah, we got 27 seconds still. 7th Dragon? Yeah, I think that got a fan translation. Have I tried other English patch games? Love Plus. I'm playing Summerbringer right now. I also have Archaic Sealed Heart on here too. And I have previously played a little bit of... What's that game called? Bahamut Lagoon? That has a fan translation too, I think. Oh, there's a new epilogue because I did so good. I have not finished that game. I just tested it out. Again, I tested it on Wii U. So, it seemed to run pretty well on Wii U, so. I also tested out the Super Robot Tyson Endless Frontier Exceed translation on Wii U, and it seemed to be fine. When I say tested, I mean like I popped them in and tried them, not that like I play tested them or something, so. Is Bahamut Lagoon right? Blood of Bahamut is what it is. Yeah. There, as far as I'm aware, the fan translation for Xenosaga is stuck at the moment. I have not looked into it recently, but I believe the team that did Endless Frontier XC tried to do a full translation. I don't know if they got there though. And yeah, there's like a menu translation patch, yeah. And so the race began. This looks the same as last time. Top, we did it, we won. Try there. Oh, okay, this is different. All right. So the race began. The contender sped away from the starting line. As sharp as his spines were, the cactar had quite the dull intellect and soon settled down for a nap. Content with his current lead, at the same time, the Adamantoises were moving up the mountain, slow and steady at their very own pace, yeah. The large fellows kept on moving, and with cactars fast asleep, they quickly found themselves the victors at the mountaintop. We did it, we won! The cactar was at last awakened by their triumphant cheers. Winning while I sleep? Ain't that a bit cheap? But a promise is a promise, little friend. The winners reminded the sore loser. And so, with a sorry look on his face, the cactar handed the Adamantoises their prize, delicious slabs of fresh, juicy meat. What a mouth-watering feast you prepared. Why don't you join us? No way, no way. What did you say? You really think that you're able to host a loser at your table? Okay. The more the merrier is our time-tested faith. And so the cactar and the Adamantoises enjoyed the sweet taste of victory together as friends. It's over. Yeah, there's a lot of fan translation stuff happening right now, which is pretty cool. I don't keep up with it too much, but I know enough people at this point in that community that it starts to trickle down to me now, so so I'm like, all right, cool. So weirdly enough, as much as I'm into Japanese games, I feel like most games I'm interested in do not have fan translation still, so I have to kind of go around them for the most part. Then hold out, we will. Just making sure I'm not. Woo woo! Chubby is unstoppable. I see you, Chubby. It's a lot of time spent on this one mini game so far, I will say. Don't know what that is. I don't know where he went. How far over here can we go? Have we been this far? Oh yeah, we were in here earlier and we got the card. And there's the green, and that gave us like insight. So I think all these are just like maybe hints of what to do next, basically. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely getting, I think, a lot more attention. Look for a new picture book. Okay. In general. Yokai Watch 4, yeah. Yokai Watch 4, I don't know what the Switch hacking scene looks like at this point. Like, so I don't know if like a Buddy Mission Bond or a Yokai Watch 4 like make even sense today. But you know, sooner the better, hopefully. And you know, like Soma Bringer was like well within the DS's lifespan, so there's a possibility. But and I feel like Switch hacking, like Switch, like I don't know why I did that. I already know what I'm doing. I feel like Switch, what's it called? Check out this board. I made a list of all our friends who went missing. Please, you have to save them. Otherwise, we'll see them popping up on milk carts next, do you? I have seen Chubby. Gassy. Friend, she's always makes an effort to keep everybody's spirits up. Times can be a bit too much, though. Oh boy, there are a lot of Chocobos missing. Okay. Hey Renault, how's it going? Yes, it's a very cute game. Did you play the Japanese sequel to this at all? Oh yeah, I probably would just play the 3DS version of the Yokai Watch one. I don't know what I'm doing with the Yokai Watch series. I want to play it, but I just don't I just don't know when I'm gonna make that work. Oh, okay. It's slit door. How dare you block Chubby's path? Yeah, I wasn't even aware of it until I was looking up assets for this game for like thumbnails and stuff. So I was like, oh, what is this other thing? Not sure if it's in the same style, if it's like a different type of game or what. All the exercise got my tummy rubbling again. All right, up we go. Is this just a hint? Looks like it, probably. I'll do it just in case, but pretty sure it's just a hint. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I like that it kind of continues to show back up, but, you know, I think Square Enix makes a lot of weird decisions, and I'm always a fan of them making a lot of weird decisions on what games they do and what they don't do. So there's supposedly gonna be some announcement from them soon, I think they said, but at the same time they also said last year that like they aren't gonna focus on a lot of unannounced titles this year. So this icon appears below the rules screen inside a picture book. Touching this icon will reveal information about unlocking each book's secret. Okay. I was wondering about that because I was like, it seems like we're just completing objectives and I don't know if I can even tell what the objectives are. Yeah, was there anything else in the Chocobo Fables line recently? Is the last game a Wii game? Is that the last one that came out before that? There was like a 3DS Chocobo racing game that I think died. For my secret's edible. Alright. The port of the dungeon. Oh, is that a port? I thought it was an original game. Okay. I honestly, I know very little about this series, so. But I've always wanted to play this one in particular, just because I thought it looked cute, so. I'm Peekaboo, and we see you. We're not letting anybody worm in on Miss Irma's plans. What plans, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. She's going to use the crystal here on Mount Magma to fully restore Bebuzu. And the picture book. Oh, there's the black chocobo. Okay, I was wondering about that. I advise you not to speak so audibly of our plans. Oh, so is that Irma's chocobo then? Or maybe he doesn't have an owner. Maybe he's just Chocobo Man. Must I remind you that we are not afforded time to dawdle. But Mr. Vold's not Mount. This Banty really ruffles my feathers. I don't know if I've heard the word Banty before. When the time comes, we strike. For now, we depart. Aye, sir. Oh, like, Banty from Banter. Okay. When you say the 3DS Monster Hunter... Are you talking about Monster Hunter Stories specifically? Because I could kind of see that look. I desperately have been wanting to play that game for years and continue to not. So I have both that and the sequel on Switch, so some bomb monsters are drawn on the wall. Check it out. I will check it out. Smash the panels by tapping them. Follow the arrows to reach the goal. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the next one. Oh, double. Okay, I see. Oops. 2, 1. That it? Okay. So close. How many rounds is it? Jeez. I say geez, it's only been 1 round so far, so. Or 2 rounds. Act like there's been 30 billion of them. I've always really wanted to play, what was that DS game by Square Enix? I'm blanking on the name. I have my DS list of games here. Well, after I do this. 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. There's an S, I think? Sigma Harmonics. I always want to play that. I didn't even see what I got from doing that, but that's good. That's good for now. Oh, Final Fantasy Explorers. I have that as well. I haven't played it, unfortunately. There's also the Final Fantasy Explorers mobile game that apparently is still alive. I thought it was dead, but apparently it's still around. Yeah, I mean, Square Enix like typically only supports a lot of their games for like a year or whatever, so. Sigma Harmonics looks really cool. I think there is like a Google Doc you can pull up to help you get through the game, but I think I looked at it and it was kind of like, go click this, go click this, go click this. So it wasn't really much of like a, you know, guide per se, other than just like kind of telling you where to go. So I might use it as like a guide for if I get stuck kind of thing. The one problem is that like DS text does not play nice for like machine translation stuff. So I'd have to kind of figure it out myself. I assume probably no voice acting or very limited voice acting. So once upon a time, there was a young boy who lived with his mother. One day, she asked her son to run a special errand, handing him some money. He slipped the gill into his favorite pouch, tied it around his belt, and started heading down the road. Just as he was beginning to hum his favorite tune, a group of pugnacious men slipped out of the nearby shadows. If ye favor those pretty ears on your head, hand over all your gill. They were thieves. The boy could do nothing and lost both his favorite pouch and his mother's money. Titan and the Beanstalk. Okay, gotcha. I don't know the story of like Jack and the Beanstalk well enough to recognize this. Like none of this is familiar to me. After the thief sped off, the boy noticed a small peculiar bean lying on the side of a road. It sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow. The boy sighed and picked it up before heading home. Assuming the robbery part's a part of Jack and the Beanstalk, I actually don't know. After he told his mother what happened, she kindly replied, "What is done, my dear son. Don't worry, those thieves have been causing trouble for everyone these days. I'm just happy you made it back safely." Soothed by his mother's kind words, he headed upstairs to his room and flicked the mysterious bean out his window before going to sleep and fell softly into the garden below. Overnight, something amazing happened. The bean gave birth to a giant stalk that towered high into the heavens above. All right. Okay, robbery is not a part of it. All right. I have zero confidence in my understanding of that story. So, like, I literally don't know anything beyond the beanstalk grows. There's a castle in the sky, and the giant, like, he's just hanging around. So, DS Kanji doesn't play nice with human eyes. Yeah, probably. So yeah, I think Square Enix, like 2022, I think is like a really interesting year for Square Enix as a whole. But I'm also like, I kind of respect Square Enix in the sense of like they just put stuff out and push it through. I kind of feel like a lot of developers don't do a lot of fun, weird games anymore, and they're just like, I don't know, man, made like a third-person action Valkyrie spin-off game that is made by the Samurai Jack devs, and like chances are they know like how the I mean, I think all publishers know the quality of their game before they put it out, but like they know what the quality of like a Balan's Wonderworld is, right? And they're just like, all right, put it out. Like, and I kind of appreciate that of just like them pushing it through to the end and just like putting it out and letting you take it for what you will on your own. Is that a great from a brand perspective? I don't know about that, but you know, personally, I like that a lot. You know, it makes interesting games come out, I think. Use the stylus to draw leaves and launch the chocobo into the air. Reach the top before anybody else does. Smaller leaves may have more elasticity than bigger ones. Watch out for the bomb monsters. All right, what's our secret? Okay, conquer level 1, conquer level 2, conquer level 4, conquer level 5. Okay, at least 30 meters, probably. Okay, it's basically just play it a bunch until you get all the things. I think Babylon's Fall is an alright game. I think people are a little too hard on that one, but I don't think it's like a bad game. Is that what I want to do? Okay, bomb, hello. But I'm not a Platinum Games fan, so like my expectations are very different than a Platinum Games fan probably. So let me out. Okay. No, 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 no! Get back up there. All right, I'm still definitely winning, but I just want to kind of. Gosh. I don't know how I feel about the bomb placement on this. I mean, I guess like the thing is like, hey, don't make your pads too small. They don't bounce so much, but I kind of wish there's a little more guidance on where the bombs would show up before they just show up. Voice of Cards, yeah. I had never played Voice of Cards or Dungeon Explorers. One of those two I thought was interesting. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's the one where it's like, it's just like numbers on a board that you move around on or something like that, and you just like fill in those dots or whatever. That one is the one that I really kind of jumped out at me, so. I don't... Yeah. Are they still a company? I remember, like, the last news story I remember from Tokyo RPG Factory was, like, they are hemorrhaging money. That was kind of it. So... But maybe not. Maybe they're still doing something. Oninaki or whatever it was called, I think was a really cool-looking game at the very least. Given more time, I would play that game for sure. Check out that new epilogue. Racing Lagoon 2. I still haven't played Racing Lagoon, but it's been showing up a lot for me recently, so. When the boy reached the top of the beanstalk, he found himself at the Titan's shrine. It was full of treasure beyond imagination. Back on the surface, I don't feel like I would appreciate Racing Lagoon, honestly, personally. But maybe I'm wrong. Back on the surface, the thieves were arguing fiercely over how to split their stolen stash. Stealing had gotten those nasty thieves nowhere. The boy, once saddened by having his mother's money stolen from him, slipped into the sleeping Titan's vault and snatched a batch of magic beans, bringing up his spirits at last. The boy stole. Is that the story of Jack and the Beanstalk? Don't steal. Don't steal from other people's stuff. I don't know. Dungeon Explorers? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. I haven't, like, it's... My tastes in games are weird, and like I feel like people can't figure out a lot of times what kind of games I'm interested in. So a lot of times I get people who recommend like you should play this, and I'm like, I don't know about that. but sometimes they do catch my attention, but Dungeon Explorers does seem neat. I probably will not play it, unfortunately, but if I was locked in a room with Dungeon Explorers, I'd be ecstatic to play it, probably. So, but unfortunately, I don't know many scenarios where I'll be locked in a room with Dungeon Explorers, unfortunately, so. Oh, okay. I am less of a fan of this mini game over the turtle one, Adam and Toys one. That was fast though. I went up there, got really. One assigned game per month. That's a cool idea. Are they how do you judge like the length of those games and what they should be? Because like obviously beating a 1 hour video game is a bit different than like a, you know, a full JRPG. That's the thing that keeps getting to me. Is like I have not been playing JRPGs basically since 2015 to any meaningful like level, and it really bothers me. I continue to want to play more JRPGs, but I just keep having to put them off. I'm having a hard enough time getting through Somabringer right now, and that's like 20 hours. Bombs away. The boy had climbed high up the beanstalk, and from the clouds, his house down below looked like a tiny bean. At the moment, the boy noticed something snagged onto the stalk. It was his stolen pouch. He opened it up, but much to his dismay, he found it completely empty. Just then, a group of bomb monsters appeared, surrounding the beanstalk. Titan's shrine is above. We'll blast anybody who tries to get through. Okay. Just blowing up the beanstalk. The boy realized that Titan was the one in charge of the thieves. He was behind the whole sinister scheme. I like that Titan's like doing petty theft. The boy deftly dodged the incoming bombs and made his way to the temple at the top of the beanstalk. While Titan slept, the boy made off with as much stolen treasure as he could carry. He had then returned it to the townsfolk. The bombs, true to their nature and especially angry about letting the boy escape, self-destructed in a particularly big display. How long ago was that, Mr. T? Alternate? That seems like a reasonable way to go about that. I don't know, like, the purpose of doing these at once. If I... One of these, like, do a bunch of trial mode or something. But yeah, I'm working on Somabringer. It's just slow going, and, you know, as much as I appreciate that game from a Monolith Soft perspective, I do not love it that much as, like, a action RPG for the DS perspective. It's fine. It's definitely like if you most compare it to what Diablo is, it's definitely better than like a Diablo, in my opinion. Or at least it scratches a lot of the itches I went out of a game that Diablo doesn't scratch. Oh come on! Oh come on! Oh come on! Thank you. Oh no, that's rip. Chocobo dead. 2017, jeez, Mr. T, that is a while. I at least beat Xenoblade Chronicles last year, so... High score for dying. Alright, let's try that trial mode again. I did very, very bad. Oh. I never played Dynamite Heady. I don't know anything about Dynamite Heady, honestly. Oh, Chocobo. What are you doing? Baby boy, get up there. Don't hit the stupid bomb. Oh my gosh. If we die again, I'm just letting this... Alright. We will leave this book alone. Yeah, it's neat. Neat is the best way to put it. Like, neat. But yeah, I would not like say, oh, you gotta play Summerbringer. So... Alright, let's see if we can do anything else. Although it still has an exclamation mark on that book, which makes me think maybe I still need to do more. Oh, I can just go up here. That's right. Alright. Steam bath. But yeah, Solarbringer I just kind of like have on while I do some other stuff a lot of times. But it does have like a decent amount of story as well. So like I can't like tune out so much kind of thing. It's not like a PSO situation. PSO like episode 1 and 2 situation. Tap the adamant toys to halt it in its tracks. Get as close as you can. Oh, we're gonna play chicken. Okay. Well, at least I don't have to like shake a GameCube while holding a GameCube controller. I still know like nothing about Dynamite Heady, so. Quite a ways off, but I wasn't quite sure how much it was going to stop, so. Extreme touch control. I scored. Yeah, let's try that again. It was 10-2. Jeez, okay. That is really tight. 150, 100, 50, 20. No. I clicked it like right after the 20, so maybe they'll try at the 20 this time. Something about this feels like very cell phone gamey to me. Yeah, that was still a little... Oh, I got silver at least, I think is what it was. I'll give it one more go. Need a little bit more after the 20. $50. All right, that's good enough. I scored. Surprised how like few, or the complete lack of card battles so far. There's a rope up there. I don't remember any other way to get further. Oh, there's a cave. Wait, is it card battle time? Look for more picture books, right? Let me help. Hello. Just gonna hang out here? Or are you coming with me? Okay. There's a behemoth over there. It's Ben. Powerful cards, behemoth, Sultan of the Smash, Captain of Crush, the Prince of Pulverize. Cards, what do you think he's talking about? More importantly, it looks like he wants to mangle us even worse than his grammar. Alright. Oh. Cards crave tangy relish of battle. Mess with the Dark Master Bibuzu, and Bibuzu messes on you. Okay, I guess we're gonna go back and talk to her. He has an exclamation point over his head still. I have cards. Do I not have enough cards? Okay, just gotta leave apparently. Pretty minor? Okay. With mask and might, keeping an evil at bay. This is the wandering pop-up duel master, Dueler X. Okay. I was wondering what his name was going to be, because in the racing game, his name is Racing Hero X or something like that, so. Who would this Mog fellow be? I can tell from the admiration in your voice that he must be most notably witty and handsome. However, you two look exactly alike. The cute little wings and everything. We have far greater things to worry about right now. A pop-up duel is the only way to get past that oversized blabbering fiend. What's a pop-up duel? It's using cards to summon monsters that slug it out in your steed. I have something special for you here. My starter deck. I would say if you're saying don't share, then I would say, yeah, just leave it be. I think I should find out for myself, so. A deck is 15, okay. Cards for you to use in battle. You'll bury that beast in no time. From this day forth, you are my star pupil, so listen to teacher. Master the secrets of the cards, and one day you'll find yourself as slick and refined as myself. Get over here and ask me any questions you might have. It has to be Mog. He's not fooling anybody. Except for maybe himself. Okay. So can I go ahead and start messing with my deck? Okay. Oh, starter deck looks like cards cannot be removed from the starter deck. Okay. And tutorial first, so. Would you like to view the tutorial? Or would you rather have a duel with me? Teach me. What is a pop-up duel? Buckle up, friend. I'll impart you the super knowledge to you about dueling. I'm just going to read this to myself here real quick. Pop-up duel, you use cards to battle your opponents. Duel, you're going to need cards. You're going to have to organize them to build a deck. Beginning of the duel, 3 cards will be pulled at random from your deck. These 3 cards are hauled your hand. Next, you will have to select with which card from your hand to play. Use the stylus to slide it into your upper screen. Monsters inside your card will appear and engage your opponent's monster. Your basic objective is to keep summoning monsters until your opponent's HP reaches 0. Summoning up a card. Each card has 4 magical zones, each with its own color. Notice how some zones have a sword or shield icon inside of them. Those zones are crucial to the duel. Comparing your card's zone with your opponent's will reveal if an attack will succeed or not. This is called card matching. Cards are generally divided into 2 types, attackers and guardians. Attackers have a sword icon. This represents attack abilities. The attack is executed. Next we'll cover guardians and their guard abilities. When matching the results in your opponent's attack being guarded, then the guard ability acts. Ability info. This section describes the effect of each ability. There's a wide variety of different abilities, so be sure to gather lots of cards and try them on. Taking turns? Tell me about taking turns. Pop-up phase. Okay, whoever selects a card quickest goes first. Matching. Move on to matching. This is the most critical point we'll cover in the tutorial. Stay awake. I actually am feeling pretty tired right now. First, look at the upper screen. In this example, your card has an attack ability. For that kind of a busy week, I had jury duty, but thankfully I got excused. I kind of lucked out. I arrived like on the dot of when they want me to arrive, and then like 2 people in front of me, they closed the door, and they were like, okay, everyone who didn't go in is free to go. So I was like, oh, cool, awesome. So the zone your attack icon is inside the same zone of your opponent's card. Your attack succeeded, activating the effects written on the card. Your attack fails and your turn is over. Sword. Your attack is executed but only deals half the damage. Cards without attack icons that are meant to be used for guarding. These are called guardians, remember? Since no matching is done during a turn when you summon a guardian, no action occurs. I need to recheck something real quick, because I didn't pay attention to the beginning part of that. I did not stay awake. First look at the upper screen. Attack ability, let's create the zone attack. Blank. Okay, so if they have a blank, then my attack succeeds. Shield, block, sword, half damage. Okay. Easy enough. No! Alright. Matching. Blank, succeed, shield, guard, sword, half damage. Okay. Attacking and guarding. There we go. When matching is successful, your card's monster will appear. The more powerful the card's attack ability, the more damage you can deal to an opponent. Be sure you fill your deck with the most powerful cards you can. Now let's move on to guarding. If your guard is successful, you won't take any damage. Not only that, but if your card has a guard ability, then it can perform a counterattack. Card abilities aren't all offensive though. Some recover your own HP or have other effects. Alright. Let's do a mock duel. Let's see if I actually understand what I'm doing. Game for children. I can figure it out. I actually don't know like how much they actually intend these games to be played by children or just being like, oh, it's just the style of our video game. Please enjoy. So. Okay. Deal 1 damage, deal 2 damage. Oh, I forgot. Forgot about the timing there. Alright, we'll do blank. Double blank, okay. So I think it's half damage this turn because we matched up, right? Never mind. I like the little animations, they're cute. Oh, they have the guard on the bottom, I forgot. Okay. I forgot, dang it. Alright, send this guy out. Blank and a sword. Alright, we'll do half damage at least. Do our 1 damage. There we go. I don't know if there's like a way to read ahead of time like what certain skills will be. Subram was for kids, gotcha. Well, I think like there's definitely like a doesn't necessarily like yeah, it can be like certain games can be like kid friendly versus like ones that are like, you know, adolescent maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like we might lose. Okay, that. All right. We're doing all right. I guess that thing again. Oh, there is like the opponent card screen there on the right. I didn't pay attention to that. I don't know what that determines. Blue on blue. All right, I think this is the win. Feels very... I feel like I maybe don't fully understand every aspect of the combat system, but maybe I'm underestimating myself there. I think that even I could have made. Obviously, it's like the sword with the dot means like the element that's going to attack them. So you want the shield icon on the dot, the element that they're going to attack with, basically. I don't know if there's like a way you can tell though ahead of time like what they're going to do. Although, like if you know, come on, let me get. If you know, like, since it seems like just everyone just has 3 cards, then like you can just memorize the cards they have and where those attack slots are and try to like defend against that maybe. He's got yellow and 2 reds. Does it seem maybe make sense to do something like this? So I will block and then okay, he's gonna block mine too. So maybe don't use green attack. The double guard round. I do like the cinematics of these battle systems. That's one thing I feel like is a little lacking in Summonbringers, that the cinematics definitely feel very like DS game, everything's just from the top level all the time kind of thing. Admittedly, you know, like I don't think that's too uncommon for that era, so am I actually gonna attack this turn, or is it just a double guard? Okay, just a double guard then. Epic Chocobo. Alright, we should do damage this one then, right? Yeah, there's no defense on that. So I feel like I should just probably spam him non-stop, basically. Because like I feel like out of everything I have, he's probably the best bet generally. Oh, this is going to be a complete zero-sum round again. I wonder if he's like using the same cards in the same order all the time. Because that was his 3rd card, right? Does he use the yellow card? Yeah, as the giant. Okay, we're gonna get messed up. Okay, so maybe like cycles through the same cards, basically. And so you just have to kind of memorize it. It's like, honestly, kind of like Monster Hunter Stories-ish in some ways. Where like the enemies all have like a particular attack pattern they usually have, and you have to like counter them. So the giant is yellow, so I want to use the yellow one for that one. And I think the bombs, this one is the best one for the first set of bombs, right? Yeah. So I block and I do damage. The next set of bombs blocks green, right? And then also does red damage. So I'll have to figure out if I can do a different, what's it called? But this one doesn't even have an attack on it, is the thing. So it's like, I don't even know if that even matters. Yeah. So I'm just going to block the attack and then do nothing else. Unless the shield does. It says deal 1 damage, so maybe I will deal 1 damage. Shield bashing. Okay, I guess he's gonna go shield bash. There you go. And then giant again, which is yellow defense. Or no, is it green defense? Can't remember if that was what I needed to do. Oh, it's yellow. Okay, I got bad. I'm just gonna take a bunch of damage on accident. His card is yellow. I should have remembered that connection at the very least. So there's like the crystals that appear for them, and I saw like some abilities have crystal things. The next one is I think I just used this one twice. Red block twice. Yeah, 3 crystals, 6 CP crush damage. I wonder if that's something you activate or if it's something that just like auto cast if you have enough crystals. All right. You just got a shield bash and that'll be it. It's the right one? I think it is. Dirt. Block. I have not got any crystals though. I like his blocky little Barrett looking limbs. The winner is you. Look, something's happening to him. Has been our friend. Gracious, my ache and noggin. What have I been perpetuating? Is that what that was? Those are costs. You build up and then spend them. Okay. If you have it in cast. Okay. Talk about well-spoken. I think he's back to normal. It was as if I were detained in the foulest of foul dreams. So will you let us through now? We're in a bit of a hurry. Certainly, my compatriot. This might aid you in your quest. I wonder if this is supposed to be Ben in Chocobo GP. He looks similar, but like I don't think Ben talks this way in Chocobo GP. Ben's kind of like a angsty teen, I feel like is probably the better way to put it. The hint apple. Hey, I know that sound. Ahem, you're ruining my entrance. Act more surprised. Is that Dueler X? Please, 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 just this once. All right. By the whiskers of Obama. Who could that shadowy figure be? Dueler X. His wandering pop-up duel master. Dueler X. Come on, fess up. It's you, Mog, right? And you like actually look where I'm touching on the screen because you have to actually click on the dialogue box. Your duel was carried out with excellence. Defeating the behemoth was just what I expected from my star pupil. Don't let it get to your head though. An even mightier foe lies in wait up ahead. So I have brought this to aid you. Starter deck. Oh, trainer deck. So I assume I can pick cards now. Now revise your deck within the deck menu. Okay. The new deck can hold up to 8 different cards. You'll have to reorganize your deck. I shall fill you in on the details. Next tutorial will teach you how to use your crystal abilities. Okay. I'll also instruct you on other advanced fighting strategies. Just let me know when you're ready. Right, before I go into the menu, I'll read over the tutorial stuff. I shall teach you what you need to know, and then some. The end phase. What is the end phase? Both duelers have gone. The end phase begins. Before the next pop-up phase, the card you used in the previous round will turn into a colored crystal. By charging crystals, you will be able to perform even more powerful attacks. Gray cards, however, will not turn into crystals. They do not have higher strength. They do have higher strength than most cards, though. Crystal points. Now let's discuss crystal points. After using the red, green, blue, or yellow cards, it will become a crystal during the end phase. The number of crystals you have accumulated is displayed in your CP gauge. To use the special crystal abilities, you will have to charge CP. The maximum CP you can possess at one time is 10. If you exceed this number, your old crystals will disappear, starting with the oldest. It is possible to reduce the opponent's CP or change the color of the CP. Crystal abilities. The techniques require CP. The ability info written on the card tells you how much is needed. If you don't have enough CP, you cannot perform the attack. The card will glow if you have enough CP to activate the crystal ability. Make sure to check before choosing when building a deck. It's very important to keep issues such as CP and abilities in mind. Status. This topic covers status attacks. Burn, poison, freeze, numb. Those are the only a few of the deadly statuses you can inflict. Once a status is inflicted, it will last until the next round. You can confirm the status elements by checking an icon next to the HP gauge in the upper screen. The flame icon indicates burn. The ice icon indicates freeze. Lightning icon indicates numb. The skull icon indicates poison. Pretty simple, huh? When afflicted with one of the above statuses, you will receive twice the damage from these certain attacks. One status even forces you to attack last. If your HP is low and you are afflicted with a bad status, guarding might be a good idea. Remember there being a guard option, but I'm sure it's there. If you plan on being an ultimate dueler, listen to these 3 points. First, remember that the direction of the duel is determined by how the cards match up. It's important to learn to read your opponent and can predict their next move. During the pop-up phase, you will be able to see the color of your opponent's card, so think carefully. This skill comes from expertise, so participate in as many duels as you can, from as many opponents. Second, no matter how good you become at reading your opponent, you will need the right cards. This is why it's important to build smart decks. It's crucial. Use your imagination to develop a strategy in your mind, then put those ideas into action in your deck. Finally, you'll never be able to build a decent deck without cards. Lots of cards. You can find cards inside picture books, on the map, or by playing micro games. Luck can also be a major factor in determining the outcome of a duel. Do you feel lucky? No matter how lucky you might think you are, nothing lasts forever. So remember, learn to read your opponents, build a solid deck, and find as many cards as you can. Master these concepts, you can tackle even the most deadly foe. It's all about strategy. Good luck. All right. Let us build our deck. Got a bomb that does red damage and blocks green, and burn basically does double damage if they use a red again, or if I use a red again. Lamaya destroys 2 CP of the same color as the opponent's card. All guard though. Oh, it's like by like their, what's it called? Race or something. Turtle power is just a complete guard, and it gives me a gold or a green CP. Deals 3 damage when using yellow and green. Slow spell. Your opponent will attack next last turn. Mist Dragon. Deal 2 damage. Silence. An opponent cannot use crystal abilities until the end of the next round. That sounds nice. Well, it seems like I probably should just put the majority of these in my hand. How do I add them? Oh, there we go. Okay. This dragon seems good to bring. Bahamut just deals straight up 5 green damage and defends nothing. Just complete glass cannon. I'm sure we'll bring a glass cannon. Iron Giant. Fist. Defends against red and yellow. Seems reasonable. Oops. Maybe just bring... I already have them, though. Green and yellow. Does anything even do green damage? Oh, Bahamut does. Although he's not a green crystal, though. I guess might as well, I guess. Okay. So I'm guessing it's just going to shuffle those cards around during the fight. It won't always have consistently the same cards. Practice makes perfect. Okay, so this is his green card, right? Yellow card, which has a yellow attack. Oh, he's gonna block my attack, though. Ah. Okay, so yellow. He did not attack blue. I wonder if I should just, like, write this down. Might make it easier than trying to remember it. Sure. Be like Y dot dot R dot dot, like attack. Do something like that. Drawing little dots. Don't look at my car at noon note. Oh, their card's changing too, though. So it's not 3 cards anymore. Green. Maybe you just need patience with the color of the card, and that's it. Oh, double turtle power. I got a crystal at least. It's another green card. I don't know if attack order really matters that much. Well, at least I'll defend this. So maybe it's actually the other card on the other side. Doesn't have enough CP. Okay. So red for this one. So let's try this. Although maybe it's just he picks a random card from his hand. I thought it was like in an order. Yeah, okay. Looks like it's just a random card. So maybe you just kind of like make your best guesstimate based off the card that's selected. Ben definitely, or the Behemoth's definitely like going in an order, it felt like, over and over again. So. Okay. 2 reds and a gray. Seems reasonable to do this. Oh, and it destroys some of their CP as well. Okay. Actually, I wonder if the double guard means that the CP won't get destroyed. Okay, it did damage. Attack order does not matter. Okay. Just makes you feel cool. Okay, red, yellow, blue. We'll blast cannon it. Oh, he's doing it too. Okay. Okay, double red and a yellow. Let's just do a complete block this turn. Ah! Russian crystals, probably. Okay, no Crushing crystals. All right. Okay, yellow, red, green. I'm gonna do this one and hope it works out. Nope. I forget, do I have 6? Okay, so I will survive the turn at the very least. But I think because they attack first next time, I have to guard or else. Or block a 2 damage attack. So. Okay, oh, man. All right. Hopefully he uses red. Okay, he uses red. All right, I think we win. Yeah, we win. Whew. Okay. And it definitely feels like there is like a gambling, although I think they did say there's like patterns, so maybe it just depends on the enemy. Each enemy uses different types of patterns or something. I couldn't ever figure out what Dueler X's pattern was at the very least, so. I don't think I want to go up here yet. Cutscene, though. Hey, Dama, how's it going? Shows up as a square on my side, so. Mag is covered in craters like these. Oh, another book? Okay. That's right, dear, and just look what I'll do with them. Is that you, Irma? Of course it's me, you piddling pink protagonist. And I'm sick and tired of your meddling. It's time to end this silly charade once and for all. Black Crystal, unleash your forbidden powers and awaken this volcano. I like that effect. That was a cool little... Oh, and it still kind of applies. Like, the entire side of the screen is, like, wobbling. I wonder if that would be as noticeable on original DS, like, that the, like, actual black bars are, like, wobbling on the side. Good, good. I have a problem with my cat's litter box where he like pees in the same spot every time, so it's kind of just become the danger zone. so it has gone through and made a mess of like one particular spot of the litter box plastic. So don't worry, Sherma, I can handle this. Blizzaga. Roma, you're so courageous. Well, I can't let you two hog all the glory. Alright, so we got a card over here, right? Yeah, give me that card. Danger Zone, yes. The PP Danger Zone. We have rescued Gelp. Apparently you have 2 more cats now, okay. Hide the house of the farm. I'll let you in. No questions asked. Swing by anytime. Okay. Enjoy your time at home, little Choco baby. Find that fiery Chocobo. Okay. Oh, I got another story to read through. All right. Which Jack and the Beanstalk is this one? Oh my gosh, the Chocobo. Once upon a time, there was a family with a loving mother, Chocobo, and her little Chocolings, and apparently is on fire all day long. The youngest Chocoling was just a little bit different from his brothers and sisters. Whenever he threw a tantrum, smoke and sparks would pour out of his feathers. Because of this, the poor Chocoling became black as soot. All the other Chocobos called him the ugly Chocoling and never let him join in on any Chocobo games. Even his mother treated him a little differently than his siblings. Mommy doesn't love me because of how I look. Overcome by sadness, the little Chocobo ran away from home. That evening, his mother realized he was gone and began to search frantically. All alone, the angry and sad little Chocobo began to spark even more than usual. The sparks grew bigger and bigger and threatening to start a fire. Oh, Chocobo arson. I did not draw them. They're from something called I usually say it a particular way, but let me like actually try to pronounce it. Ira Tsutoya is what it's called. It's a Japanese like graphics, I don't know what you call it. Clip art kind of thing. If you ever see like Sakurai's videos, he uses them a lot. A lot of VTubers use them too. So I like them. They're very cute. Move the magnifying glass by sliding the stylus. Find those fiery little Chocolings. Once you found a Chocoling, enter the magnifying glass. Once you found a Chocoling, center the magnifying glass above it. Keep searching until the timer runs out. Okay. The texture of this like map is like really deep in a weird way. Oh, there we go. So I'm looking for a fiery Chocoling. All right. There he is. Ring. Basically, just kind of go around really quick and then pick out something. Was that? Yeah. Just as many as I can for like a whole minute or something. Yeah, it is very, very common. Like, I feel like a lot of Japanese signs have them too and stuff, so. I see them on like Amazon reviews and stuff like that too, so. Yeah, they are very popular, I believe. Oh, come on. Alright, there we go. Where's Baldo or Chocobo? Where's On Fire? Where's the Arsonist is what we're playing right now. Oh, come on. Give me that. Okay. Oh, nice. Another one right away. Can we get the triple? Nope. Okay. Got 10 of them, though. Hopefully that's enough to get me through a bunch of the levels, because I will say I was not a huge fan of that minigame, maybe. Okay, level 3. Oh, got my bonus card, though. Phoenix Strike. Deal 2 damage for each guard zone on an opponent's card. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. I'll definitely add that to my deck. You are the Arsonist. You are the ugly Chocoling. The book has a new epilogue. Alright. Epilogue me. I unlocked the last epilogue first, apparently. The mother and her children searched desperately for the missing Chocoling, but never could find him. Soon thereafter, a mole and his son found the Chocoling. What you doing all the way down out here? I don't have a home to go back to anymore. Then come with us. You're hungry, ain't ya? From that day on, the Chocoling lived with the 2 moles. Their house was underground, where it was nice and dark, so nobody could ever call the chocoling ugly ever again. Okay. Even to this very day, there's a winged mole living below ground that is just a little bit different from the other moles. All right? The end. Nobody can see me anymore, so nobody can call me ugly anymore. Yeah, I've never played Chocobo Racing on PS1. I've only played the Chocobo GP, so this is my first non-Chocobo GP Switch release game. Oh yeah, I want to put the Phoenix in my deck. Revise my deck. Who do I want to get rid of? I'm gonna get rid of the all blocker. I just don't think he's that useful. There we go. So I do have a very fire heavy deck, I will say. So I assume we're gonna fight Irma now. Can I go over this? Oh, I did go inside the book, and I did see what I could do. All right, return to book. I can't see the ocean pollution isn't real. Yeah. All right, we'll do the battle mode next. I don't know what the battle mode would be other than just, I guess, fighting two other people looking with magnifying glasses? I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. Can I see their magnifying glass, or they're just gonna randomly score, basically? Okay, I can see it on the bottom at least. I wonder if all these games are multiplayer, given there's like the battle mode for each of them. That's pretty quick. Peekaboo. Level up. It's not much you can really do there other than just do it quick, I guess. I guess that's true for a lot of the minigames, though. Just do it faster. Alright, is this one where we don't just, like, banish the Chocobo to the darkness? The mother and her child searched desperately for the missing Chocoling. Although it wasn't easy to find the little fellow, they finally managed to track him down. Seeing his mother come to the rescue finally made the Chocoling understand the color of his feathers wasn't important. Also, his mother loved him just as much as his brothers and sisters. I'm sorry. The Chocoling apologized to his mother as tears ran down his beak. The mother Chocobo cried as well. As if summoned by their tears, rain clouds filled the sky and showers covered the land. Mother and child held each other tightly, not minding the rain even one bit. All right, so that will put out the magma, I assume. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I was talking about it earlier, but like, I mean, this is the DS PSP generation was like the first one with wireless multiplayer, and like, especially around like 2007, 2008, you saw a lot of like action RPGs with wireless multiplayer kind of showing up. It felt like it's kind of neat. I think this is a 2006 title though. I think it was like the Chocoling thought he was ugly, and so he ran away, kind of thing. And the family went looking for him. Look, it's the crystal, but something's wrong. It's lost its light. Alright, minigame again. More story time. The little Chocoling with feathers of soot. I'm thinking that maybe after this one we'll play some Summerbringer if you guys want to do that. We could continue this, though, if you're liking this more. The little Chocoling with feathers of soot was always teased by everyone around him. One day, his mother sent him on an errand to Mount Magma. The volcano was incredibly dangerous, and the older siblings protested sending the youngest at one such a task. Oh, wait, isn't this the... Okay, this is the same story, just the follow-up, I guess. This job is for him and him alone, the mother firmly stated. She doesn't care what happens to me because I'm the ugly one, he said to himself as he set off. At one time in history, Mount Magma was renowned as a famous site for gold mining. However, one terrible day, the mining town, full of boisterous men and buxom ladies, was destroyed when the volcano erupted, incinerating everything, including heaps of gold. As the Chocoling arrived at the ruins of the town, his little heart was overcome by sadness. Suddenly, smoke appeared from his feathers, then spark, then fire. The Chocoling started running around in a flaming frenzy. Gold coins appeared in the wake of his fiery tail. I guess we're collecting coins now. Oh, so well, if you guys are up for it, we can boot it up here and look at it here a little bit. Raul, what are you doing here, Raul? What's up? It's been a bit. Don't worry, I'm still not playing any popular video games. We're playing Chocobo GP, not GP, Chocobo Tales, a storybook game. How's it been going for you? I did not read the instructions at all. What am I even doing? Okay, we just stealing money from the other racers. Well, the money's gonna come out of the fire, right? Okay, and getting the water lets us put the fire out. I see. Okay. I am winning. I don't know how I feel about this minigame. It's kind of weird. But all these are like just like little mini games, so like whatever. At the end of the day, it's really not much harm to them. Ooh, got a bunch there. I think this mini game's fine actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the big thing is like I started and I was like, I'm not sure what's happening. You get like the ability to still steal the coins from the player too as well, which is kind of fun. Happy New Year, yeah, I'm doing all right. Just hanging around. Chocobo Tales fan not popular? I mean, I assume this game is not super popular. Like, I think Raul mentioned like playing League of Legends in there at some point. I'm like, we're not playing League of Legends, Raul. That's not the kind of stream this is. Undying Spirit restores 2 HP in each. Oh, okay, that is also very good. Maybe I should get rid of my bombs. Deals 3 damage, adds 3 CP of the same color as your opponent's card to your CPH. That also seems good. These Phoenix cards seem OP. Alright, did that restore the light? I don't think it did. Yeah. Alright, let me switch out these cards real quick before I forget, though. I don't think that's out yet. This is a Saturn game, isn't it? I don't have a way to play Saturn games. Or is it a 32X game? I don't remember. I feel like I look it up all the time and I'm like, I don't remember what this is, and like it comes up as under a different name all the time. Like it's like some 32X game that shows up that's like Star Destroyer or something like that, and like it has some relation. I don't remember what it is though off the top of my head. I just have a lot of fire right now. What was the Lamaya skill? I'll just dump the Lamaya one. I don't have like a way to do Saturn emulation. I mean, I have a way, but like I'm not. Not at this point. Maybe eventually. I have no real Saturn planes at the moment, so. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh yeah, is that fine? That's fine. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I'm 1 card short. Never mind. Which card did I take out? I was not paying attention. I didn't add the Phoenix card in. That's what it was. It just seems really good. What about the other one? That seems good for the building CP at the very least. We'll get rid of the bombs. welcome back. I was thinking about maybe switching over to Summerbringer here shortly. Not that, like, I don't know how much I like Summerbringer, honestly, at times. It's, like, an interesting game, but I would not say it's, like, super, super fun, but I thought it might be neat to bring on stream for a little bit. But it is very hack and slashy. Like, do you want to see Diablo? Cool, welcome. Welcome to Summerbringer Diablo Zone. I didn't do it. I keep clicking on it and not, like, sending it up, so. I don't think I'll stream Stellar Assault, unfortunately, but I don't know if there's anything about that game that really jumps out at me, honestly, to be frank. Let me look at it again. Stellar Assault SS. Like, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure there's a whole reason why people are translating it. And, like, if I played it, I'm sure it'd be fine. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, so you make a video that convinces me, Mr. T. it is pretty much in like the Racing Lagoon space in my head where people are like, you should probably play Racing Lagoon. I'm like, I have no interest in playing Racing Lagoon. It looks neat, but I might be good. So, let's see here. All right. So, okay, it's just gonna be more, what's it called? Yeah, there's a lot of, like, interesting DS titles out there. Right. I want to restore to the light to this crystal, and then we'll go check out Summerbringer then. Oh, I need water first. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like Kirby, what was that game? Kirby Buffet or whatever? Feels a little bit like that right now. It's interesting because there's like different ways. You could just be like a bully and just like steal coins from everybody else, but I might lose actually. Get my coin back at the very least. I tied at least. That was rough, actually. That was actually one of the harder mini games at the moment. You should do a video on that because I'll probably never do a proper video on that game. I have like an incomplete review that I think is uploaded on some. I think it's an unlisted video or something like that. But like I had all the frame rate problems because I was playing the PS2 version, so. Well, I got level 5, so apparently did good enough. All right. Rebirth. Family does not seem very nice to him. The gold coins that appeared as the Choco dashed about were on the pace, were once part of the great treasure that was lost when Mount Magma erupted. The fires that poured from the Chocoling's feathers were none other than a flame. I can't read. Then the flame of rebirth. The inferno grew and enveloped his entire body. He felt no more pain at all. A shining bird with beautiful feathers emerged from the flames. The ugly Chocoling was actually a phoenix. Wasn't ugly after all. Yeah, the PS1, like running it on a PS1 is the big thing. Or at least not running it on a late model PS2 at the very least, so. Restored. I am Phoenix, guardian of the Crystal of Fire. The world is in grave danger. The Dark Master's resurrection. The same tragedy of 400 years past threatens something. Please tell us. What can we do to stop the Beelzebub? Restore the power of the 4 crystals. 3 more await you. Earth, water, and light. Phoenix gone. Thanks to you, the power of the fire now belongs to the Black Crystal. And with its evil energy, the time has come to awaken Dark Master Beelzebub. Come forth, Ebon, harbinger of destruction. Oh yeah, I completely forgot the dog book. Did you miss me? I appreciate all the hard work. Bottoms up. Gulp. Mmm, spicy. So this is the power of the Phoenix. Well done, Irma. With your help, I believe I can finally cast away the canine shell and obtain a more worthy form. Wahaha, the energy coursing through my pages. Come forth. I wish to test my newfound strength in battle. All right. Phoenix versus Phoenix. I am ready to duel. Runs on a PS3 fix? Yeah, I actually never have bothered with like import games on PS3. Once I hack my what's it called, PS3, I'm sure that'll be more of a thing. Nice, he's all right. Red, green. Sure, why not? At the very least, I'll do half damage or block. So, all right, just same move back and forth. Yeah, I don't really necessarily seek out spicy food, but I enjoy it when I do have it. So, I'm not like, you know, a spice hunter. I did really like the jalapeno chicken things at Applebee's a long time ago. It's a red block. I guess this is the most likely I'll do damage, so let's do that one. Hey Joseph, how's it going? Yes, Happy New Year 2023. My camera only goes so far, so I can only do this one. Here, grab it. Grab in 2023. I didn't see what happened there. Hopefully I took less damage than him. Okay, he definitely hit me. Store 2 HP for each CP in your gauge. I don't have enough CP yet. Red, green. Get this out of the way. I don't have too much trouble at the moment. There's very few foods that really really knock me down, I feel like. So my sister has significant food problems though, so like she's like the most delicate tummy. So glass cannon, sure, why not? Hopefully don't get a block on green. Well, at least it's a complete defense, so I'm not taking damage at least. Oh, really? Yeah, when I was a kid, I hated spicy, so. Block. I feel like most of the time I don't really know what cards I want to choose. Although I'm not paying attention to any like pattern at the moment, so successful attack though. And a successful guard. Did I do damage there though? Like he has a weird crystallized looking yellow dot. This probably isn't gonna go through, but we'll try. I might get half damage. Yeah, half damage. All right. Do I get the CP boost still, or? Oh, okay. He gets it too as well, but at least I have like a CP heal. He has a CP heal. I forgot. Okay. We basically have the exact same cards other than one other card, I think. Or, sorry. We have a card of 8, or deck of 8 now. I forgot. Okay. Green, red. Do I have a green and a yellow? Yeah, so I can deal damage with this one. My parents did the whole soap thing where they put soap on your tongue, but unfortunately I liked the taste of soap, so they had to keep soap away from me. So there we go. Feel somewhat good about that. I feel like I haven't really been doing a lot of damage this fight so far. I just want to get that card out of my inventory right now. Yeah, soap. It's delicious. I recommend it. Yeah, I just was a kid being dumb. Kids be dumb. Boy, it has been a really long time since we streamed a PSP game. I died. I didn't even see how I died. I assume, like, I think I had 11 HP left. What PSP game? We tried to stream Chaos Rings, but it didn't go well because my PSP memory card. No, that's a Vita game. Never mind. PSP. I had a stream where I played Phantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity for a little bit. There's definitely a lot of PSP test streams that I did, or at least one. Let's throw this one out for now. It was a big... Okay. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I'm guessing it, like, looked at my guard zones and did damage based off that, maybe. So... Well, that would have been, like, 8 damage at most, so... Successful attack. He's gonna block my attack, though. Silence. I want to wait till he has 2 reds, I think, for that. For now, we'll try the green block. There's like a PS2 Evangelion game that I really like the look of, but I think it was like kind of expensive to get on its own, if I recall correctly, so I ended up not getting it. Yeah, I only have like 20 HP, so... Yeah, I wish I saw what card it was. I'll have to go back and look. Or maybe we'll get hit by it again. I didn't do any damage there. Okay, double reds. It probably was one of the like CP skills of one of the cards or something, because he had a ton of CP, so. But yeah, I should have healed. Maybe I should heal a little earlier this time. Nice. And I'll block his attack too. $50 to $1. The main reason it caught my eye was like, what's his name? Shinji? Is that the main character? He was like punching guys with his like little baby teenage hands, and I thought that was kind of a fun thing. All right. I think we're good to keep going right now. It's another red block move. Okay, well, I can't complain too much about that. Yeah, I really need to play more PSP games and Vita games. It's a platform that I really have neglected, unfortunately. Okay, so now this is... What is this one? Recover? I'm not really ready to cover. I do want more CP, though. Okay, get half damage at least. The 3 reds, I think. Okay, so that deals 3 damage for each green CP. So maybe he had a ton of green CP or something. Yeah, lots of JRPGs there. I think I'm probably good to not heal yet. He's gonna block. Yeah, he's blocking. Dang it. I feel like most of his cards do have like a green defense, so Bahamut's not great here, maybe. He's gray though, so I don't think he'll get any crystals from that. I feel like the double block animation's a little unnecessary. All right back in my hand. All right, we'll do a heal. All right, have a good night, Dama. This is a really nice looking game, though. I really do appreciate the like enemy animations and stuff. I think are really fun. Yeah. All right. Well, we're winning at least. Double reds. It's not Miss Dragon for that. I feel like I need to play more card games. Video game card games in general. So that seals any CP moves, so. Because, yeah, that would have done a lot of damage if that hit. Do 2 damage for every red, so that would have been almost like 10 damage to me. So. Alright, double red? Okay. This might just be the best shot for right now. I really probably need to get those other cards out of my hand. Like, his hands are so red heavy that, like, that I probably just need to make sure I have, like, a red defense almost all the time. Not that I can really plan super well either, but ideally I'd have red defense in my hand. And, like, these 2 other cards just hanging out in here leaves these situations where I don't have any red defense. Double green, though. I don't really have a way to use the crystal I have either. Although it'll push it off, I forgot, so. I don't know how, like, complex this is per se. It is a bit of luck. It's, I think, mostly about, you know, making sure you have enough variety maybe to deal with certain types of enemies. Like, in going into this fight, I'd probably bring in more enemies with, like, or more cards with, like, red defense, basically. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think it's super, super deep or anything like that. But I am trying to think a little bit about what colors I bring out for the most part. But it pretty much is just like, hey, look at the colors of the cards in their hand and try to kind of figure out what you want to do based off that. And, you know, I'm winning at least, so I feel like this round is going much better. I'm not using my CP at all, really. That's like the crystals that are like there on the left. So this gives me more CP for this one. Just get that thing out of my hand, really. Okay, I don't feel too bad about that. I really just wanted to get Bahamut out of my hand more than anything. And, like, his skill, I mean, he doesn't really seem to do a lot of interesting things. He's just kind of, like, 5 damage. And I think in hindsight, he is, like, the first card you get, so. But I think I could probably take him out of my deck. So. Double reds. I really want more red defense if I can. Each green. Okay, I only have one green. I think if I deal 3 damage here. No, I did not. Okay. Is this the... Okay, it just gives me... I don't know if that's the right move, but we'll do it. At least he'll be closer to death. Assuming half gets just what... Half of 3 is 1 damage in this game, I would assume. Yeah, it seems like it. So... Rounds down. Okay. Oh, that's a good card to have. All right, hopefully he chooses red, because I think we've won. Assuming he doesn't have a yellow block. I don't think any of his red cards has a yellow block. Oh! I go first, though. Yeah. I win. Yay! These fights are pretty long, but I do think they're kind of fun. You have to think a little bit about it, at the very least. If only I had my true power, I would never lose to a mere Choco. You haven't seen the last of me? Possible. How can you have defeated him? I guess he was only half-baked. You won't be so lucky next time, though. Reeble, peekaboo, let's scram. Who would have thought things would get this out of control? Go back to the farm and talk with the others. Yes. It's actually been a very long time since we saved. I probably should have saved earlier. Okay. He's like probably a good stopping point. Maybe pop up some Somabringer here real quick. Phoenix said the only way to stop Beelzebub is to restore the 4 crystals. That means we still have to find the earth, water, and light crystals. But Irma has that black crystal, right? She'll just keep using it to drain the energy from the rest of the crystals. Our gooses are collectively cooked. No, they're not. We have to trust what the Phoenix told us. And I have the feeling in my heart now. And I have this feeling in my heart now. It's like there's a powerful force inside. I might go feed this cat because he's freaking out right now too. You feel it too, right? Phoenix is watching over all of us now. I just know. Then it's settled. Let's restore the crystals and defeat Bizabubu. Alright, this is a fun little game. It's cute. I think I wish there was a better balance in the cards versus minigame department. I feel like maybe a little heavy on the minigame side of things, but it's still fun. I'm still really enjoying it. And the card battle may be a little short of it. A little bit shorter, but it's not like that big. Alright, let me throw some food at this cat, and then I'll swap over to Summerbringer here real quick. And we'll play a little bit of that. And then we'll wrap up for tonight. Okay. Summerbringer. Yeah, it's cute. If it's 2.5 hours per 2 chapters or per crystal, it's probably it's probably like a 12-hour game. Is Nanashi no game that like horror game they put out? It was like something about, I had some vague memories of it being something about like playing a game of death kind of thing. If that's what it is. Surprised you all are playing Bomberman Touch. No, that's just what it says when you do this. Does that have a fan translation or? We'll bring your English. So I think I'm like 3 acts into this game. I think there's 6 acts. I'm maybe about halfway through the game. No touchscreen gameplay as far as I can tell, so. Wii U stylus, step aside. Put Chocobo back in the case, because I will play Summerbringer before I play Chocobo again, because we'll play Chocobo maybe next week. We'll see. Unless I get distracted by something else. Distracted by Final Fantasy 13 2 gambling games. Okay, cool. Yeah, so like I said earlier, it's just very, very, very Diablo-ish. In the sense of, like, you kind of walk around these isometric areas. And, let's see. And, you pretty much just, like, attack. And when you attack, it is very much like a single strike thing you do. There's different abilities you have, though, and stuff. I'm playing, like, a paladin class, though, so I have, like, a multiple, like, a swipe there. I have a double thrust, and then a high thrust, and then a upper thrust thing. Upper thrust and high thrust are important because this game has, like, a break system similar to, like, the Xenoblade games from Monolith Soft as well, so that you can do. Well, I'm just dying really bad. Oh, I'm dead. All right. Well, other mechanic of this game, Dark Souls. I guess roguelike probably is the better thing to do. Basically, if you die, you have to go back and get your EXP and stuff. Not that we had any EXP, given I just died, and that was pretty much it. So, yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage actually. Oops, that's not what I'm gonna do. Well. And then we can break in the air, and then we can kind of like stab him in the air and juggle him a little bit. And that does extra damage, basically. So each of the, like, when you hit them, you can see those exclamation points that, like, is a break meter, basically. And you can get broken, too, as well. And when you're in that situation, you can basically take way more damage than you normally would. And same thing with the enemies, basically, so. Chain arm. Vitality. That's probably good. The only problem is I don't really use skill on my character, but probably fun. Treasure chest. Oh. This game's very zoomed out by default. I'm actually zoomed in a little bit, although you zoom in during combat, so. Okay, launch him in the air. Launch him in the air. Alright, he's already dead. But yeah, pretty much once you get him to break, you can either launch him in the air, you can push him back, or whatever, just leave him in a spot and just keep hitting him. It's up to you. Depends on what moves you put on, because this game has a pretty flexible ability system where you can kind of like take abilities on and off, and they all have different aspects to it, so. Something I want to do. I think just up is where like I need to go next here. Maybe. We might get story stuff here, I don't know. Oh yeah, I had to go in like this temple, I think is what it was. Oh yeah, I was gonna show the zoom. So this is like zoom level 2. If I press select, it zooms into zoom level 3, 4, then 5, which is way too close to actually play a video game. So 2 feels most comfortable to me. Yeah, I mean, like, it probably would be better to play this in co-op, but like, I'm not gonna find 4 people to play local wireless Summerbringer with me, right? Like, it's just very unlikely to happen, unfortunately. So, it is a shame because that is like a part of these games. But honestly, I have played many of these kind of games like on my own, so I feel pretty comfortable in like evaluating them as is. I played a lot of Phantasy Star Universe solo. Phantasy Star Zero was almost all solo for me as well. Although it seems like there's a community for PS Zero Although I haven't, like, does this change colors? I don't remember this being red when we passed by it earlier. This basically, like, gives you different buffs and stuff. I thought it was white, which is, like, I think a healing thing, but now it's red, which is, like, I think defense boost. We'll see if we come back and it's changed again. So, like, in here, I can do my sweep, and that will hit both of them at once, basically. But it's kind of slow. I don't know how much I like it, honestly. I like bouncing and then just, like, stabbing in the air. I think that's, like, the funnest combo. But there's, like, 9 different classes, I think, or 6, anywhere between, like, 6 and 9, I think. Excuse me. And it's, it seems like they probably play fairly differently. This guy in particular feels very, like, kind of cemented down to where he is, where I saw, like, some of the more agile classes seem like they could kind of run and attack at the same time, which honestly seems like maybe the better way to play this game, but you can't change your class once you start, so. Oh yeah, I definitely played a little bit of DS Wireless back in the day as well in school, so. Oh, that stinks with the outfit stuff. Is that, like, a fun game on its own? Like, I never really knew the appeal of Dragon Quest IX per se, but, you know, honestly, I think I never really fully understood the appeal of Dragon Quest as a whole. So, I know the, like, random dungeon map stuff was, like, a big deal. Oh, Mimic. Ow. Uh-oh. So I do have, like, items I can use to heal. So you have quite a few menus that you can jump between in combat, but none of it's, like, super well, like, mapped or anything, so you kind of just have to switch between menus, which it works. It's fine. Not ideal, but I have no real complaints about it. But yeah, it's pretty much, you know, every act is about, like, 4 to 5 hours of this. I feel like maybe less than that, maybe like three hours is better. So it just feels a little simple, at least as the paladin class. Maybe a more movement-based class would be a bit more ideal. But it's pretty much just kind of run up the enemy and just smack them until they break, and then use an ability that, or they're about to break, and then use an ability that kind of exploits that break in different ways. I also have, like, a defib magic or whatever it's called, or, you know, status effect magic I can cast on them. But with my MP pool as a paladin, it honestly is not, like, a ton, so I kind of mostly stick to melee stuff. So. Oh yeah, I've played the first Layton. Layton 1 is pretty good. I'm sure, honestly, that oh, I'm class rank 3 now. Can get new abilities. What do we got here? Dash and thrust your spear 3 times. That sounds appealing. I think I will get rid of the heavy cleave or whatever it was for my spear. I'm just not clean sweep. I'm just not finding that I'm using it ever. But yeah, it's really flexible. You can just go and switch to whatever. A powerful jumping attack. So this one, like, if I do a break on it, it will, like, knock him down. There's also another, like, okay, maybe it's just, like, the attack animation for it. Let's try this skewer skill. See how that does for us. And I'll got our magic over here. Gradually recovers your party member's SP in a targeted area. I do like that. I've been having SP management issues on Paladin, so I'm gonna kind of balance that out with my heal, I think, there. And then also as a Paladin, I can do a one-hand sword shield combo, so. Inazuma 11 I still need to try. I don't know if I ever will, but I dream of it. Not sure what to do with stats. I found like a wiki that said for Paladin just kind of keep high strength, vitality, and magic, but I wonder like keeping it so even if that's a good idea. Oh. Ability level up. Oh, do I have any class 3 equipment that I equip now? No. I don't think so. I don't recall getting any class 3 equipment yet. There's some gear you can only equip, like you can see on that one it says rank 2 in the bottom right hand corner, so. Fire as 2 strength fire attack. Yeah, we'll switch over to the black necklace. I don't play enough action adventure games these days, but one thing that's like a weird contrast with like Babylon's Fall in specific is like they have like all the workings for like a good flat progression like equipment system with like how the randomized enchantments works and things like that, but they use like gear score levels, and that I think that undermines a lot of the progression of that game gear wise, unfortunately. Alright, we're just gonna stab this guy till he's dead. Alright. Megaten Musashi, yeah, seems to be like the only video game thing going on at the moment, or at least the only thing I can tell. I assume they just are kind of in a weird spot, and either they just have a ton of Yokai Watch money, so they're just taking it slow for a little bit, or I don't know. Yeah, no English patch yet, yeah. It used to not be free to play. I don't know if like if you buy a physical copy, if like you get, you know, any content through that would last more long term than the free to play stuff, but I've definitely considered playing it. But unfortunately, it's just not something I'm like super high on my list at the moment. And in general, service-based games are just not really up my alley at the moment. Babylon's Fall only gets the exception really because they were shutting it down. I was like, okay, well, now I can play your video game. More mimics. Get up there. Is this a mimic too? No. Oh, I didn't assign my new ability. Oh, I need to set the dash as well. Where do I want that dash to be? I could probably move double thrust to a different palette. Set it to A. Can I move my attack to a different palette? Okay, looks like it. Oh, I have 3 things now that I'm rank 3. Okay. That attack there, and then skewer. Skewer here. Meditation we can put. Here. Kind of a mess, but we'll live with it. So. Okay, it says 3, but I only have 2 because I only have 2 equipped. Okay. Okay. Like a dash. Do I need to attack more after that? Maybe only if I run into it. Run into an enemy. Oh yeah, the Inazuma 11 game, they've been working on that too. I didn't know it was a live service game. I know they went and like kind of redid the video game because they were having a lot of problems with it, so. Kind of hard to aim it. I'll get it though. Little slow like recovery on it, but Yeah, the hitting things in this game is a little challenging, I will say. I think people like Bayonetta 3 a lot, I will say. And I think Platinum, like, Babylon's Fall is, like, maybe close to a mediocre game, but I think it's fine. It has some interesting ideas behind it, at the very least, so... especially, like, when you think about it in, like, the context of the Nier series, so... And, like, what the combat system of Nier has been. I think I still probably like what was done in the Toy Logic remake of Nier better. But it's a different type of game. And I think the core concepts of like what Babylon's Fall is trying to do is interesting because it is like more of a expansive enchantment system. And the enchantments, again, I think some of these get undermined just by the gear progression and how it's handled, unfortunately. But the enchantments are really interesting in when they trigger because they are like situational in a way you wouldn't really expect. Where like it's stuff like when you're dashing, like you get certain stat bonuses, and when you're like doing a perfect dodge, you get certain stat bonuses, and then when you're doing like this thing, you're doing... So like you have this like buff thing on the top left corner of the screen, and like the buffs that are up there are always changing, like almost non-stop. You are getting different buffs all the time, and they're going on, off, depending on what you're doing, how you're moving. So like you can find some really interesting gear setups that like make you play in particular ways that I thought was really fun. But the problem I think with the game is just that it doesn't ask you to do a lot, and I think a lot of this comes out of the beta testing phase where people said the game was too hard, and so they basically dumbed it down a bunch. And like now it's like way too easy. So like it's all in Platinum Games for not finding the balance, but like it seems like it probably was better before release in terms of balance and like how you use those attacks, it feels like, in my opinion. Because like right now everything's a little too easy, and so it's like really, there's like this really interesting combat system underneath it, but it all gets kind of lost in the gear progression and how that's handled, in my opinion. And so I think a lot of people got really... They weren't sure... I think people who say that game is way too simple, they're definitely wrong in that... Maybe not wrong, but like... I think they have identified the wrong thing as the problem with that game. I think what they're looking at really is the difficulty curve, and the gear progression discourages you from utilizing the battle system in the ways it should be used. And so while I would not say it's a simple game at all, I would say it's actually really complicated in how you actually should be playing it, probably. The game never really asks you to play it that way, but you can play it that way. But again, it just like, for most players, you know, that you can't sit there and say, oh, you should have been playing it this way, right? They're going to play it the way they're going to play it, right? So, but that doesn't mean like you can't, you know, appreciate for what they tried to do at the very least, too. Toy Logic is the developer of the Nier remake, and so I kind of don't really know necessarily, like, Platinum Games advised on that game, so I assume they advised on the combat. But in my opinion, Automata's combat's pretty not great. And a lot of the problems with Automata, well, I say this as somebody who does not care for Platinum Games, I will say, first and foremost. So it's not a Nier problem in that regard, it's a Platinum Games problem for me. And Babylon's Fall, in a lot of ways, has a lot of the same issues, although the fact that there's so much gear variety changes some of that, because my biggest issue with Platinum Games is that I feel like most of their attacks don't feel satisfying, and it's all very deliberately done. So, and I think I call it like sparks over weight or something like that. And it's all deliberately done in that way to make sure you can like combo and things like that, right? And people, I think, get enjoyment out of like the flurry of attacks you can do on an enemy and things like that. I don't get that enjoyment, unfortunately. So, okay, it's the first time I've done something like this. I don't get that enjoyment, really, unfortunately, so... I wonder how long this lasts. So, Nier Automata has that problem. Nier Replicant Remake that Toy Logic did finds a very healthy balance, in my opinion. And I kind of hold that one up as like the good Nier combat game. Because even the original Nier, I kind of was fine with the combat. Like, I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, but I preferred it over Nier Automata, or Automata, however you pronounce it. But it wasn't like something that I like think was necessarily better than that game. I think the big change is that they made it so the pods on your back don't require the main character to be interacting with them. So it frees you up to do other things with the pods that you, while you do combat normally. And Babylon's Fall is built almost entirely off that idea. So yeah, I definitely don't blame players per se about it, but you know, when you're writing about an essay about a game or something like that, I think it is something worth looking at and highlighting. But it is a shame because I do feel like if the game was just harder, it would be more of a needed thing. Two things: the game was harder, and then also they did tier levels for gear rather than gear score. Gear score, I think, really hurts that game in terms of progression because you're always changing gear, and it makes it really hard to keep track of like your build. You don't really keep a build in that game is, I think, the biggest problem, because the game's always changing what you're doing. So, but like if you get to end game, I think it honestly would be very cool. But yeah, it would take you a while to get to the point that you're not switching out gear nonstop, basically. I wouldn't, you know, I don't want to say Platinum doesn't like have a huge impact on that combat system. It's like, it's hard to say, but the reality is that they were advising on that game, so I'm sure they had a lot of opinions on the combat system of that game. So what am I doing? There's like 30 billion like drops here. I should have got this first and foremost, because that means if I died, I could come back. But yeah, there's like six different paths here. So yeah, I think style over substance is like a good way to put it too. I'm really interested in that new Bayonetta spinoff though. But yeah, I think Platinum, honestly, I like them to do more different types of games, but that's not what people are asking for from them, unfortunately. I think Babylon's Fall is the move in a right direction, in my opinion, in terms of like trying a different flavor of game and expanding, you know, what they're doing. And I don't really blame any company for trying to do live service games these days, so. But, you know, they make plenty of those single player, you know, whatever character action games, right? So, like, personally, I'm not sitting here like, oh, man, gotta have another game like that. It's like there are 8 billion of those games for Platinum Games. But obviously, if you're playing every single one of those games, right, then that's a whole other thing versus someone like me who looks at them and go like, another one like this, I'm good. So, Astral Chain is maybe the one I've considered, but again, I look at the combat, I'm just like, I'm not really interested in this. So, I've not tried Soul Cresta, but Wonderful 101 was very good. So, I don't remember what Soul Cresta is. Like, I recognize the name, but off the top of my head, I can't think of it. So. But yeah, action RPGs I think can be fun. Like, one thing that was kind of fun looking at Japanese reviews for Babylon's Fall is like just seeing the different kind of language used around a lot of stuff. And there definitely was like I think like a more forgiving aspect to the live game aspect of that game. Like, it seemed like most Japanese reviewers were just like, oh, game was solid, kind of mediocre, but fine. I need to not die. Okay, I got out of there. And then like the big thing I thought was kind of interesting is that like they said it was like a game that was like good for both casual hack and slash fans and then then they talk about the end game stuff being like good for hardcore hack and slash fans. But even like the US reviews, I think generally, other than the ones that were like incredibly harsh, I think generally were pretty positive on the combat as well. It was more of just the context of the combat being, you know, the game that it was in, of like, you know, the difficulty level and stuff like that, and the dungeon design being kind of bland. So, Soul Cresta. Oh yeah. I remember that. I have no experience with shoot 'em ups really, so I've played very few of those in my life, unfortunately. So, well, we found a chest. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of this game. I don't love it. I don't hate it. As a Monolith Soft fan, I think it's very interesting. But I would not like ever say to anyone, I think like, oh, you gotta play. You gotta play Somabringer. This is where it's at, baby. It seems like a reasonable, like, for the time this came out, there are a lot of games like this on the DS and the PSP and stuff like that. And this seems fine if this is what you're looking for. And it definitely has like a very Xenogears, like visually, I know it doesn't probably come off in this particular section of the game, but visually some of the backgrounds are really nice. Some of the set pieces are really nice. And the story, I think, has been fun, at least in terms of like just, you know, some of the characters I think are fun, but like overall it's very, 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 very normal in most of the things. So I think the one thing I really would have liked is like more of a 3-hit combo system thing with like the regular attack rather than just the stab. But that's where like all these abilities come in, right? Where you do the double thrust and it's like, oh, break. Okay, I'm going to do the thrust upper and then I'm going to stab him in the air with the high thrust over and over and over again to do a bunch of damage kind of thing. And obviously each class, you know, again, has their own skill sets, abilities. Like there's a lot of depth here for sure. And like, if you really wanted to get into this game, as I think a lot of people did, especially at the time, you know, I think it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I have not been like super loving it though. Just like, this is fine. It's one of those things that like people talk about Babylon's Fall not being great, and I feel like this is Babylon Fall is a better game than this game at the very least. But you know, this is a very different time period, right? This is like 2008. So, but so the expectations are very different. But I'm not gonna make any Somabringer comparisons when I do my Babylon Fall video. It's just something that crossed my mind. It's like, oh yeah, I'd much rather be playing Babylon's Fall right now. But you know, just kind of how these games are, and yeah, solid one of those. I've played a lot of solid ones of these in my life, and generally have enjoyed them. So I wouldn't even really compare like that game to a Muso. Musos to me are very different games. Musos are more I don't even know how to put them. Crowd management in like the most extreme way. Because I think a lot of games have crowd management, but Muso games are like, you know, I feel like it's always about like, hey, what's the widest attack I'd have? How can I consistently juggle these enemies and like basically, you know, kill them as fast as possible too, right? And then you have kind of, depending on the Muso game, different regions and influence and stuff like that. So it's kind of go around and like, you know, identify the best places to go and do that kind of thing. And Babylon's doesn't really have anything like that. So Bayonetta Origins looks great. I'm gonna definitely enjoy it. Musos are the natural evolution. I don't know if Musos are the natural evolution of Bella action games. Maybe to some degree they are, maybe, but they feel different to me. I would not put them in the same category per se, but I'm sure somebody could write like a beautiful, you know, piece about that at some point. So yeah, but yeah. Anyways, thanks for coming. We're gonna wrap up. You might be like, it's a little early, Ben. Well, I started streaming earlier. We started at 6 instead, so you're getting an extra 30 minutes of stream time, but it starts earlier and ends earlier. So it is a little earlier than usual, but again, this is just shifting of time and stuff like that. But you do like, and the big thing I was trying to get rid of more than anything probably is just like, there's a period of time before a stream where I'm kind of locked, where I can't go do anything or do anything super productive because I'm waiting for the stream to start. And setting it to 6 is maybe like a little tight, but at the same time, I'd rather it be a little tight than a little too long for something like this, where it doesn't really matter if I get up and running super fast or anything like that. So yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight though. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your 2023s, and yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend. And yeah, there's gonna be Tokyo Godfathers in the Discord channel this weekend if you want to check that out. I completely forget what that is about, but it's there, and we'll be streaming it in the Discord if you want to join in. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye. Bye.